Live via satellite from Hollywood, it's Rockline, the show where you interview the biggest stars in rock and roll. Hello again, I'm Bob Coburn. Rockline is brought to you by Budweiser, nothing beats a Bud. By AT&T, more ways to help you stay in touch. And by Wayne's World, now available on video cassette for $24.95. Suggested retail, no way. Way. Tonight, Rockline welcomes Slaughter, so get your questions ready and call us toll-free in the U.S. and Canada. 1-800-344-ROCK. That's 1-800-344-7625. One number toll-free from anywhere in North America. Now, in the course of 2 albums, Slaughter has established themselves as a for-real rock and roll band. With the current CD as hot as a September afternoon and the first double platinum plus, we thought the time was right to present an evening with Slaughter. So let's welcome from the band, Mr. Mark Slaughter. Good evening. How are you?
Thank you, Bob. Doing great, thank you.
Nice to have you here. And also Dana Strum. Welcome back to Rockline.
Yo, sir.
And Mr. Tim Kelly. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And Blas Elias. Welcome back to Rockline.
Thank you.
Good to see you here. The first one has got to go to Mark. I think everybody wants to know, how's your voice?
Voice is doing much better than before. As a lot of people don't realize, I went in for throat surgery. And
now, what did they do? I mean...
Well, what happened is, on our break in the Aussie tour, I noticed a little bit of strangeness in my vocal cords, when I was singing, just kind of off singing with, the music I sing with, like, on the radio and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, I went into a doctor here in Los Angeles, Dr. Sugarman, and he basically said, hey, you have your right cord swollen. So they gave me some antibiotics and told me I couldn't talk for about 6 days. And when I went back, it didn't heal up much, and I had a nodule there. And he said, we're going to have to operate. So I had to go under operation. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the Aussie show and put 12 guys out of work, a road crew, including all the guys here. And it's really been, out of all our career, we've really had a lot of good things happen. I think that was our first block wall.
Was the surgery harder or not talking for 6 days?
I think it was hard for me not to talk. It's actually after the surgery, it was about 10 to 14 days that I couldn't talk. So it was difficult not to say things. I had a horn.
Sure.
I was doing a Harpo impression. I did, it was pretty crazy.
Is it easier to sing now?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm just starting to start warming up with the vocal coach and getting back into breaking it in slow so I don't damage anything. But so far it's doing very well and it's very healthy. I went to the doctor today and he said a clean bill of health.
Good. That's what we want to hear. I'm going to throw one at Tim over here. How'd you feel when you first heard the tour was canceled? You've done a record. You're all excited and it's like,
I think for me, I'm a pretty hyperactive person, and I really enjoy the live thing. I think it's really where I live my life and my fantasies out is on the road. And we really put a lot of time into rehearsing this year. We have a bigger and much more extreme stage setup and much more of a visual and more area to cover on stage. And we had done a lot of rehearsals, and to build up all that energy and get it all focused to be out on the road and get out there for 2.5 months, and then all of a sudden it be pulled, out from under your feet, and you're sitting on your hands again. It's tough, especially, for a person like me I live for the road. So it was real hard for me, and I kept
just stop moving around so much. I'm getting a little punchy here watching you over there, Tim.
No, but it does. It really, I think it affected all of us in a really weird way because, as Mark said, we had a lot of positive things happen in our career, and to have an obstacle like that, it was very overwhelming.
Yeah. Now, Blas, new tour ready to go, and when's it start up? When you get it back out there?
I think the first show we have now is on the 29th of October, and then we're gonna start. We're playing. Hopefully, I think it's just gonna be a headlining tour, maybe with hooking up with a couple other bands. I don't know if we can mention any names yet, but we're definitely making plans. And we're gonna tour because I think we had 14 shows at the maximum we did on this tour, and after playing over 300 shows in the last tour, you can imagine how we feel. It's just starting to get calluses on my hand, and I had to go home.
You're gonna have that massive kit, especially custom made.
Yeah, it's fun. I went in with our tour manager Scott to our storage unit today to get a couple things out of there I needed for some studio stuff, and I got to see the set, and the drum set and the stage set and all the guitars and all the amps, and it just makes you really sick to your stomach, to tell you the truth.
Especially you see the dust on it.
To realize you can't hawk the stuff.
Hey, trust me, I got a key, man. This lasts much longer.
Now, I saved the last question for Dana because a couple of weeks ago, Dana was in this chair. And did we get this chair cleaned up? I didn't see the Santa strip or anything when I sat down here.
I stole it.
He always rips those things off.
You were on with Joe Satriani and his band, Matt Bissonette and Greg Bissonette, and Bonham was here. Was it as good for you as it is for me, Dana?
It was killer. It was a really unique experience. Seeing Joe one-on-one like that, he's a legendary, amazing player, and he is for a reason. And that was a great experience. And Jason, there was some great Led Zeppelin-esque questions that came out that were real genuine, real honest, and it was a great experience.
You did a great job, and thanks for giving me a week off.
Thanks for the $100.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, anytime, man. Did you get my bill from Hawaii from the hotel yet?
No problem. Yeah.
We're going to start with a current track right now by Slaughter. This is Real Love on Rockline. We all ask ourselves that sometimes. Is this the real thing? Real love from the wildlife Slaughter. Coming up in just a moment, your chance to talk with Slaughter on the Rockline AT&T toll-free phone, 1-800-344-ROCK. And if you'd like to qualify for a Rockline calendar autographed by the guests to appear on the show this month, drop a postcard with your name, address, and your Rockline station, and send it to 92 Rockline Calendar, P.O. Box 4383, Hollywood, California, 90078. The 92 Rockline Calendar brought to you by AT&T with more ways to help you stay in touch. Bob Coburn. We're back with Rockline. Before we get to your phone calls with Slaughter, we'd like to remind you to keep a pencil and paper handy. Later on in the show, we'll have details on how you could win a great Halloween party for you and 99 of your closest friends, courtesy of Hershey's Fifth Avenue. Also, I'd like to welcome a couple of brand new Rockline affiliates to the network this evening, and that is KRCH, Laser 101.7 in Rochester, Minnesota, and the all-new Rock 102.5 WERX, serving the coastal Carolinas. First call tonight is from Hepzibah, Georgia. Nikki is on the line, a listener of 96 RXR in North Augusta. Nikki, you're on the show with Slaughter.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Howdy.
How are y'all doing?
Good. How you doing, hon?
Fine. My question tonight is for Mark. First of all, I'd like to tell you, Mark, it's great hearing your voice.
Well, thank you.
I'm really glad that you're feeling better, and I just want to say that I love you. And my question is, while you were recuperating, did you write any new material?
Actually, since I couldn't talk, that's all I did was play. I have a music room in my house, and that's all I did nonstop. So, yeah, I wrote a lot of material because that was my only way of talking, so to speak, because I couldn't even talk to the guys in the band or do anything. You know, I was just watching TV, and I couldn't laugh, I couldn't grunt, no coughing, and I couldn't talk in my sleep, and I do a lot of that, so it's very difficult.
Nikki, thanks for starting us off. We have Marva on the line in Charlotte, North Carolina, listening to 95.7. Welcome to the program. You're on.
Hi. I'd like to ask you guys, what is the best practical joke that's ever been played on y'all?
Best practical joke.
I think it was in Colorado at the Air Force Base when we were playing with Firehouse opening up, and we played a little practical joke on them. We put porno sounds through their monitor system the whole time they were playing. So, so to get us back, they sent out one of their road crew, this big fat guy, I forgot his name, during Fly of the Angels, wearing like this angel outfit.
He had like Pampers on.
He had
Pampers on, and he had like a Cupid arrow, and I'm, because you've got to fly, and then he's just coming by with this, this Cupid. We're like, get this guy up the stage.
Yeah, and where did he come from? Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Marva. Thanks for being part of the show. Let's head to Canada, to Winnipeg right now. Novella is waiting her turn, and she's a listener of 92 City FM. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to ask you guys, is it true that when you first released The Wildlife, some record stores wanted to ban the album because of the cover?
Actually, there is some truth to that. There was an alternate cover that some people have brought up to us. How come there's a cover without the father somewhat abusing the child? There's a cover that just shows the child holding a Les Paul type of guitar. And there were some stores that were reluctant to carry it, but we stuck to our guns and left our cover out there, and there were an awful lot of brave people that did carry it, and we salute them for it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Good for sticking to your guns, man.
Got no choice.
Yeah.
It's the only guns we got.
Thank you, Novella. Let's talk with Amy as we head to Wantagh, New York, a listener of 92.3 K-Rock in New York City. And Amy, you're on the Rockline with Slaughter.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
First of all, I just wanted to say I love Slaughter, and you guys, first, you're not only 4 talented musicians, but you're very good looking as well.
Well, thank you.
And I love you, Mark, too. Okay, my question is for Dana, and I
didn't do it.
It's probably his kid, yeah.
It's true. Everything you heard is true.
Go ahead, you guys produced an album by Kick Tracy, and I wanted to know, Dana, if you were planning on producing any other acts in the future.
Yeah, Dana.
Here we go. The Kick Tracy thing was a good experience, actually. a real fun experience for me. It was a different kind of band and a different kind of music, and I wish them all the luck in the world. They've got a new album out. And yes, I am going to be producing other acts. I often encourage anybody that's a musician that does not have a record deal or aspiring talent, send us a cassette to our record company, which is EMI North America Records Group, Inc., Limited, etc. Either to New York office or to the LA office, and we get every one of them. We do listen to them, and if we hear something that we think is cool, absolutely you'll hear from me. Currently, I'm involved in producing a band called Sister Whiskey, and you'll hear more about them in 1993.
Sister Whiskey, good name for a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be some guys sitting in the other room in there, would
Could be. Yeah, they've got that 44 Magnum pointed my way over.
Yeah, that's it. Mention us or die.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you for the question.
We got Jim on the line. Jim's in Houston listening to 101 KLOL. You're on the Rockline, Jim.
Hey, fellas.
What's happening,
How you
Jim?
doing?
A big Texas greeting from Houston and Scotty Phillips. It was really great to see you guys here at the Rock and Roll Auction, man.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right, 2 real quick questions, man. When you guys write songs, do you consciously try to outdo Flight of the Angels since it was so big? And hey, Blas, how does it feel to be picked as rock's most sexiest drummer?
Blas, you can answer that.
I'm leaving the room too.
He's already winced.
Go ahead, answer the first question.
Go ahead.
In the writing process, Flight of the Angels was something that was in a bedroom with Mark and I sitting on road cases with bologna sandwiches, and it just kind of happened. It wasn't something that we really premeditated a lot. It was just it was happening, and the time was right, and everything was going. And when we wrote the new album, and there were a lot of great occurrences that happened during the writing of the new album. You don't really compare it. You don't say, well, this is, quote, the Flight of the Angels, but on Times They Change, for example, we tried to do something more musical than anything that we had done before. And if you've got the record, you'll notice that if you play that for anybody else that has a previous Slaughter record, they won't believe that's Slaughter. And I hope that would answer part of that question.
I hear you guys brought us a special version of Flight of the Angels.
Yes, we did.
And we'll play a little bit later.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, why do you go Strum, Slaughter, Slaughter, Strum, back and forth? Just for the heck of it?
It's a coin toss.
It's a coin toss.
Yeah. It's kind of a non-ego, leave your ego in the coat closet, check it in, back somewhere else.
All right.
That's it.
I want to hear what Blas has to say now.
Sexiest drummer.
Let's hear
Come up with anything yet?
He loves it.
Charge. How do you answer that question?
You don't. You don't. You try to toss the question to somebody else. Just essentially hope everybody forgets about it.
Let's play some rock and roll from Stick It Live. This is Up All Night, Slaughter on Rockline. Up All Night, recorded live from Stick It Live on Rockline with Bob Coburn and Slaughter. And not only did you get to hear that, but the band is learning how to play it live again as they're listening to it here in the studio. A reminder, everybody who gets in the air tonight with Slaughter receives a copy of The Wildlife, the group's latest CD, courtesy of EMI Records, and a CD copy of Slaughter's debut release, Stick It To You, from Columbia House Music Club. Look for our ad in the upcoming issue of Rolling Stone to get more information about our offers. Columbia House, entertaining America one person at a time. More with Slaughter in just a moment on Rockline. We're back with Rockline, live via satellite from Hollywood. I'm Bob Coburn. Next week, it's 2 hits for the price of 1, toll-free phone call, and that costs you nothing. Special guest number 1, Sass Jordan, here with me in the studio, and then answering your questions and playing live in our New Orleans Rockline facility, the Archangels. So get your questions ready for 2 of 92's hottest newcomers, and give them a ring next Monday night on Rockline. It's an evening with Slaughter tonight. Ann is on the phone in Phoenix, Arizona, listening to 100.3 KZRX. Ann, you're in the show.
Hi, Dana, Tim, Blas, Mark.
Howdy.
Before my question, I wanted to say something about your fan club. My girlfriend Jennifer kind of got me hooked on you guys. I mean, I saw you in Kiss when you were on the Kiss tour, but the fan club is absolutely great, and you guys are behind your fan club, which most bands aren't. But I wanted to say that your fan club is excellent.
Well, thank you. Our president's here actually
We're
now
glad
smiling.
You're satisfied. Yep, absolutely.
She's smiling away. You just
Really?
made her whole evening.
She's liberated right now.
Well, obviously, it's a very, very important to for us to be fan oriented, because we enjoy doing that. We enjoy meeting people and just having a good time, because that's what rock and roll's about. I think a lot of people have lost that.
And of course, you have the Slaughter hotline. This is not a toll-free number, but it's not a 900 number either, where a bunch of people are making a lot of money off of this. And I'll give that number right now. That's area code 213-969-1760. 213-969-1760. Give that a call sometime. Ann, are you finished? Is that all from you?
I have a question about, a while back you did, on your last tour, you did special gigs at Taco Bell and somebody's house. This year you did it at somebody's house on the road, every other house. Do you have anything planned on the new tour?
I think it's basically anything that anybody can dream up. We're pretty much ready to go. I think that's what the wildlife is about, is not having any restrictions or rules, so to speak. I think it's just, go for it.
Look, I'm having a party in early November.
Exactly. Cake party. We actually
we hear that every year.
We did do it.
That number you just gave out on the air, believe me, it's filled with people.
Filled with them, yeah. Take a number time now.
It's my birthday. We'll move the tool shed and the band will set up there.
That's great.
The wildest thing we did was a keg party where before 12 noon they had to pop through 3 kegs between this college frat house thing.
Totally
we walked in this place and these guys were so zooed. I mean, I don't even think they knew where they were.
Dude, that was Florida. You remember the one we did in Denver with the guy? They asked for security. The guy it's like in the hills. It's a bunch of hillbillies. The guy's a shotgun in his driveway.
Yeah, there's a guy with a shotgun. Yeah, that was a
security. Exactly. Nobody came out there.
I bet.
Get off
that
my
was a private
property.
party, man.
Don't mess with the crazies up on the hill, man. Oh, that's wonderful. And thank you very much. Jackie's on the line. She's in Pittsburgh. Our station's 97 Rock. You're on the show, Jackie.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello. Great.
First of all, I want to say I was just at the Ozzy concert on Monday, and I really miss seeing you guys.
Well, we miss not being there. I can tell you that.
We wished we were there.
Oh, I wish you were there even more. But my question is for Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you played a little bit of keyboards on Stick It To Ya, and even more on this one. I was wondering if you've been playing a long time or just recently started getting into it.
Well, I've been playing guitar for about 15 years, and I understand music theory. Through that time, I took music theory, and I just applied the music theory to piano. I never had any lessons or anything, and I really started picking it up in the studio when Dana and I were producing other bands and decided to just bring a little added frosting, so to speak. So as far as a keyboard player, I'm not like the best keyboard player in the world. I'm a get by keyboardist, just whatever can get us by.
More texture and that type of thing. Then.
In other words, if you play well, give us a buzz.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That hotline number
I'm
again.
a singer.
213-969-1760. That's right. 1760. Mark will sing and you'll play keyboards and we'll have a whole scene happen.
They'll be in your house soon. Jackie, thank you very much. It's Shelley's turn in Orlando, Florida. She's a listener of Rock 100 WDIZ. Welcome to the program, Shelley.
Hey guys.
Hello, Michelle.
I was just wondering if what everybody's favorite song was.
Favorite song?
Times they change.
Slaughter songs or by anybody?
Yeah, from the Wildlife.
From the Wildlife.
Times they change.
Anything the Beatles wrote.
Yeah.
Or Zeppelin. Off the Wildlife. Wow. Or maybe Do You Know?
Times They Changed and Do You Know. Actually,
a tie.
we combined those two songs in our live set in the last tour, and it worked really well.
I think that's pretty much all across the board. That's our favorites.
We should play Times They Change before the show is over, so we'll kind of save a spot for that. It is long, so we'll save a little spot toward the end of the program.
Great.
I think we're going to play the title track right now. You guys are living this after all. It is the Wildlife with Slaughter on Rockline with Bob Coburn. Yeah, there you go. Title track of the second CD by Slaughter, The Wildlife. You're with BC, and we're with all the band tonight with Mark and Dana and Tim and Blas, and Tim took a little time out. He'll be back in a second. You're going to come bolting in. The door's going to fly open in a second.
At least get her phone number, Tim.
Yeah, come on. Get out there, pal. Get working on her. We have Ken on the line. He's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, listening to 97.5 KMOD. You're on the Rockline with Slaughter, Ken.
Well, Bob, not only the listening, but I am the announcer here at KMOD. I'm the nighttime announcer, and I had Tim and Blas up on the air with me here about 30 days ago. How's it going, Blas?
It's going great. How you doing?
You remember the bike ride we're supposed to take?
Yeah, for sure, man. In fact, I just got my bike. Our truck came in. My bike was in the truck, and it's pretty much history, so I'm going to have to get a new one.
Well, a special thanks to Dana last week. You did a great job. And, Mark, I hope you make a speedy recovery. And, Bob, well-deserved vacation, I presume.
I look at it that way. Thanks.
Listen, can we get your address to send you a money order or check or something?
Yeah, we all owe this guy. We're in serious, deep stuff with this guy now.
I mean, a complimentary ticket here to Hollywood, California.
Is Tim back yet?
Tim,
Yeah,
I'm right here,
Tim
man.
just rolled in.
If you remember
Did you
what
get her number, Tim?
How's it going? This is Ken Cooper, KMOD in Tulsa.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, man. How are you doing?
Really good. Just glad to be here.
You know, something we talked about when you were in Tulsa was doing the Ozzy tour and how much you enjoyed touring Ozzy, how much he's changed and athletic he is.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I figured you'd like to tell everybody about the way he is and his tours.
Well, it's pretty amazing. I mean, me and Blas always talk about how funny it is to see him before the shows. He's always like boxing. He works out a lot. He rides a Stairmaster, I guess it's called.
Something we sure wouldn't know about.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting because
piece of equipment.
he turns from John Osborne to Ozzy, and it's pretty interesting to see this transformation occur. And it usually occurs 10, 15 minutes before the show.
And our favorite thing is just the fact that we're with, when we were out with Ozzy, is the fact that he's legendary, through Black Sabbath.
You get to hear Iron Man every night, man.
Yeah,
really.
It was really great. He was a great guy, and it was great touring with him. It really
Ken,
was.
you're just taking up too much time, man. What's your question?
I'm sorry about that, Bob. I'll go on now. One thing, Tim, next time you come in, tell your record rep you need a little bit more time to have some fun before you leave Tulsa.
No problem, and make sure that you grab his credit card before we get there.
Okay, man. Nice talking to you guys again. Come and see me.
A lot of beer to buy.
There you go, Ken. Good job. I owe him some tapes, too. I'll send them to you, Ken. I promise, man. Christy's on the line now in Ashland, Alabama, listening to Rock 103 in Columbus, Georgia. Christy, you're on the show with us.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hi.
First of all, I just wanted to say that I think you guys are the best. And Mark, it's great to hear you talking again and hear that you're doing good. And my question is, do you have any idea what the next single or video will be?
Very interesting idea. Next single. The next single is probably.
Yeah, do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know? Hey, actually, that's a good title. Do you know? Do you know it's on the Wildlife, and we're really excited about it because it's a harder track and the harder side of Slaughter, which to us it's we have two different sides. We have a harder side and a more commercial side, and I think that what we want to do is have the balance of the two. And we're really excited about the harder side coming out.
This is the side that we like the best, I think. When you asked us what our favorite songs were, this is one of our favorites. I'm really glad that now we get to release the song that we actually like instead of just the one that everybody thinks we should.
There you go. So, and you're 3 deep into it too. That's a good sign. I mean,
you asked about a video.
Mm-hmm.
Get your friends, Bill Clinton and Ross Perot and George Bush to write a lot of letters and cards to a guy named Charles Koppelman, and I bet we get a video.
Oh,
and send it collect.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes work here.
Exactly. He likes cigars too, so cigars as well.
Send him a big one.
Send him a fatty.
Now, do you know, runs about 6.5 minutes, and for brevity's sake, we're going to play the edited version that the band has provided for us, so we have more time to talk with the band. So here we go with the edited version. You get 2 extra minutes if you buy the CD. Do You Know by Slaughter on Rockline with BC. Do You Know? That will be the new single by Slaughter. We're at about the halfway point of our party with the band tonight, and as I mentioned earlier, one of you going to win a party, a Halloween party for you and 99 of your closest friends, thrown by Hershey's 5th Avenue. All you have to do to qualify, send a postcard with your name, address, daytime phone number, and the station you listen to Rockline on, to Rockline Halloween Party, P.O. Box 4383, Hollywood, California 90078. Again, that is Rockline Halloween Party, P.O. Box 4383, Hollywood 90078. Got to be at least 18 to enter, and the postcards have to be received by October 2nd. We'll announce the winner during the Rockline show with Patty Smythe and Bad Company Monday night, October 5th. This little Rockline trick or treat is brought to you by the big peanut butter crunch of Hershey's 5th Avenue. It'll make you go crunch. It'll make us come back in just a minute. It's Slaughter tonight on Rockline with Bob Coburn and the Global Satellite Network. It's Rockline. We're live and nationwide in the U.S. and Canada. I'm Bob Coburn, Slaughter, our guest tonight. And I got a question for Mark and Tim and Blas. Are you guys getting tired of this theme that keeps rolling around over and over here? It's starting to really kind of irritate me a little bit.
It's like one of those stupid riffs our bass player would come up with.
Yeah, I think we should put it on our next record, actually.
It's something he keeps singing on the bus all the time. We can't ever, he just sings all the time. I got this riff, man.
Dana, good job on that. I got to ask you a question. Did you take a one check and that was it, or do you get royalties for that?
He gets
in other words, the question is, did you blow it or did you do the right thing, man?
I will proudly say that I did the right thing, and I get $38.60 every single week, and I will buy everybody out there one sip of beer that cares to write us and say they deserve that sip of beer.
There you go. All right. Sherry, it's your turn. She's in Land O'Lakes, Florida, listening to 95 YNF in Tampa. My buddy Steve Downs now down there as PD. Sherry, you're on the air.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Great. How you doing?
Pretty good. Mark, I first want to say I'm happy you're recovering well.
Thank you.
And I have to agree with the caller, Ann. Y'all's fan club is great. I've been a member for 3 years. And, Michelle, you're doing a great job.
There you go.
Well, believe it or not, she's on the other side of the glass and turning bright red right now.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing a great job. My question is, what is the most memorable night on the Stick It To You tour? It's a two-part question. And the other is, what do you want to achieve on this tour that you didn't on the last?
Most memorable night, this is Tim speaking, is got to be for, I think all of us, is the first night we've ever played together live as a band in front of a crowd in Lubbock, Texas, which incidentally was also the night that we received a gold record. It was a very incredible thing for us to be a band that was never heard of. I mean, we couldn't even get hired to play in a men's restroom when we first started.
I don't know about that. We got that.
I mean, we basically did
25 cents.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all pretty much freaked out when we got the Kiss tour. And the first night of that tour, we were a new band. We hadn't played live except in front of our road crew, and to go out in front of 10,500 people for the first time, get off stage, and have the record label waiting with gold records has got to be the most incredible thing.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
First night of the tour.
Tim has subsequently hawked his gold record. And,
to us, yeah, exactly. To myself, this is Mark. I think that every night is pretty much, very exciting for me. I really look, forward to every show, and I look forward to, obviously putting on the best show that, that I can do as well as the guys,
Sure.
And we just really enjoy playing live. It's a challenge to outdo what you did the night before.
Well, I hope you're ready, because you're about to do it again.
We're going to do
ready.
it, man.
That had to be cool in Lubbock, though. The home of Buddy Holly, first of all.
Yeah,
and
right.
a big university there, Texas
The monument
Tech.
is right out there. It's
Yeah,
cool,
oh yeah.
actually.
Finally, they put something up. I used to go to school there, as a matter of fact, and
Wow.
they, for years, did not have anything up. They refused to even acknowledge Buddy existed, but
It's great.
They changed that years ago, and thank goodness for that.
When people ask about memorable gigs, there's those good things that Tim mentioned and Mark mentioned, and there's also very bizarre things, like the first time that the power shut off of the entire arena, and there you are on stage in front of 15,000 people, and the entire arena, except for one small emergency light in the ceiling, is dead and goes
Ann
out.
from Columbus, Georgia, that
That's
called
right,
a little bit
Georgia.
ago, was probably
She was probably
at that
in the
gig.
audience when it happened to us for the first time, and you can't prepare for that. You can rehearse and you can think, okay, now if the crowd goes as nuts as we hope they'll go, we'll do this, and then we'll do anything we want to do, and we'll try this, but you don't prepare for the entire city power goes out.
Exactly. It's
What are you going to do?
I have
Okay,
bad
cut the
experience.
power.
I have bad experiences too on the Poison tour. When we were out with Poison, I got a new pair of boots, and I was all excited to do the gig. We started our intro. I come running out thinking I was the guy, and the kids in the front had the whole front of the stage wet, and I just literally slid right on my butt, right into the pit.
And and let me tell you something. For once, a spotlight operator was doing his job.
You followed him all the way.
all the way back.
Yeah, all right.
So we got our ups and downs,
Sherry, what else for you?
One more thing to say. This time, I hope when you guys come down here, I can meet you this time.
You got
Every
it.
time y'all have come down here, something has happened, and I mean, it was very close the last time you guys were down here. Then y'all, the canceling of the Orlando show with Ozzy, and I'm really hoping I can meet you guys this time.
Well, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Come out back. I don't think there's ever been a show where somebody from the band has not been hanging out back there, and we try and make a practice of that, and come out back, and I have this very funny feeling. One of us will be there.
Check your local fast food joint.
Exactly.
Sherry, thanks for being on. Tammy's turn now. She's in Kalamazoo, and she's listening to 94.5 there in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Tammy, you're on.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Tammy.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
I'm from Western Michigan University, and I decided to take a study break and call ya.
Cool.
Acuerdos a todos.
Pardon?
That was just we were practicing
Speaking a little
Spanish.
Latin there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, anyway, Mark, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better, and I just want you guys to know how much I enjoy Real Love. I love that song.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And my question is for Mark.
Mm-hmm.
When you write your music, do you write it down? Do you write it down in sight read with
No.
music or with music notes, or do you play it by ear?
Well, I think it's a sense of, you can know the music and know how to write music, but if when you're in a band, I think it's just a sense of you're trying to get the feeling more so than anything, and that's what we try to do. We don't write it down. It's more of a sense of try to get the feeling or the emotion that you're trying to write in the song down on the track. I know how to do that, but it's for Tim Kelly, who doesn't read music, it doesn't help. It doesn't.
Totally
he's lost. So I think it's just a sense of everybody gets together, plays music from the street and from the heart, and just goes for it. And that's what rock and roll's always been, anyway.
There you go, Tammy. Good luck in school. Shelley's turn in Barrington, New Hampshire. Now our station is 100.3 WHEB in Portsmouth, for that area. Shelley, you're on with Slaughter.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Shelley.
Great.
Good. I have two questions. My first question, Mark, is directed to Mark.
Mm-hmm.
When you were singing Fly to the Angels off your first album, I'm sure there was a lot of personal emotions towards it. I was just wondering, basically, what was going through your mind at this point, and most of all, what were you feeling in your heart?
Well, Fly the Angels is written about an ex-girlfriend of mine that passed away. And I think everybody loses somebody in their life sometime, and it's a song about letting go and living your life and just, having a positive attitude and just going forward. And to us, I think it's just a sense of, you have to put that emotion. And if it's something that is from your heart, then that's what you put into it. And that's pretty much what we did. In fact, we have something special coming up here real soon.
I think she's got one more question. We'll let her do that, and then we'll fire it off. What else, Shelley?
Right. First of all, Scott Ladowny told me to say hi to you real quick.
Scott, hi. What's up?
There he is.
buddy?
Yeah, you're
And,
listening on a very, very, very cool radio station that
Yeah.
supports rock and roll in a
Very
big
cool.
way out
Scott's a bro.
We know that. That's why they're a Rockline affiliate.
there. That's right.
All right.
Okay, my next question is, when's your next New England tour going to be happening?
Soon.
We're going to, as we mentioned before, we're going to do Los Angeles day before Halloween. You'll also see an in-concert show that's going to be taped that night. And then we're going to go back out, and we will see you out there very soon.
I can tell they're ready, Shelley. I mean, I can sense it in the room here. These
We need
guys are
it.
ready to get out
We
there.
need it.
There's an itch in
Let
this
it
room.
roll. You know?
Yes.
Tell us about this version of Fly to the Angels. This is the original demo?
What we do is we write the music, and then I pretty much write the lyrics in the studio and stuff. That's kind of how we write things. It's just, letting it wing and, just let it go off and be spontaneous. This is the actual demo that we always talk about. We decided to bring it in and let people hear the actual demo of how we wrote the song Fly the Angels.
This was also the very first recording of the band. It being that we didn't play live, the only way we could, kind of put ourselves together was go in a studio, put down some songs. This is exactly what you're going to hear. This was
January
how the band was formed.
1989.
This is 1989.
Yeah,
This was
January.
Man.
This was the very first thing that we ever did as a band, and you
The
should hear.
second record was done the same way, too, so it's...
Has this been heard by...
No, this has not at all ever been heard.
First
what a
time right
treat.
here
Unless you
at
know Phil
Rockline.
Hunt in Texas.
Yeah. Unless you know some people that are selling it.
What a treat.
$25 you can get it.
Fly to the Angels, the demo version brought in by Slaughter for Rockline tonight on the Global Satellite Network. Got to let it ring out there. I don't want to get letters. I come in over the top. I'm getting letters.
What did you do? That was
Yeah, you creep. How could you? We'll be back in a minute. It's Bob Coburn with Slaughter tonight on Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. We are back live. It's Rockline on the Global Satellite Network. I'm Bob Coburn. We're with Slaughter. We got John on the line in Kansas City listening to The Rock, and that is 98.9. And John, you are on the show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, dude. How you doing?
Pretty good. I've got a question for Blas.
Uh-oh.
On the wildlife video, you skydive, and I was just wondering if you're still doing that.
No, actually, they won't let me do it until we get off tour. They won't even let me do it for that video unless they promise I could put it in the video, and in case I died, they could sell it for a lot of money. That's the only reason they let me do it.
No, he didn't die. He's still here.
And we never got a lot of money, so.
What attracts you to that type of thing? I mean, there's obviously an element of danger there. Is it you get off stage, it's such a rush, nothing compares to it, and you look for things like that?
Kind of, yeah. It's an adrenaline thing when you get on stage, and then when you're out of, off the road, and you go into the studio, and then I finish my drum tracks is basically what happened, and I'm just waiting around for for the tour, and so I go off and do things like that.
I think it's also an element of boredom for him, You know, just like, you know, what are you going to do?
So what are you saying, Mark?
So I'll go
Blas, get a life?
I just go scare the manager. It's like, hey, bud, I'm going skydiving tomorrow. And I'm going bungee cord jumping. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, you're not. Yeah.
So he just sneaks off and does it.
Call me on my cellular, bud, but you don't have one.
John, there you go. Billy's turn. Savannah, Georgia is where we're headed. I-95, our station there. Billy, you are on.
How you doing, dude?
What's happening?
How you doing?
How you doing, Dana?
We're doing good.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. What are the pros and cons of self-producing your own record?
There's absolutely nothing against it whatsoever, being that we do it. I would say the pros are certainly, you know, one of our favorite bands, Led Zeppelin, made their own records, and Jimmy Page would go in and I think put down some of the greatest rock and roll ever recorded, and you can't much beat Led Zeppelin 2, 3, 4, and the legendary first record, and if you've got that collection right there, that's an awful lot of great rock produced by the people in the band and written by the people in the band, and that was something that provided a lot of inspiration.
A producer comes in and changes your music quite a bit. Like if you ever work with the producer, they'll say, you know, that drum part, and you know that how you sing there isn't right, and do this, and pretty much it changes your whole sound. And I think that the band pretty much has its vision and knows what it wants.
Our vibe is a 55-year-old guy isn't really going to tell you who's been on stage in front of 20, 30, 40,000 people.
Hey, Dan, you're getting pretty close to 55, though, dude.
I've got my cane out right now, you know. But you're not going to have that guy. He's not going to be able to tell you what you know from being up there. So for us, that it works to our advantage.
And the band that Dana just produced, Sister Whiskey, you said is the name of the band, is now looking through the window going, what the hell? We just hired this guy, man. What does that mean for us?
They're leaving the room, Dana.
What the heck is going on here?
I see fingers flying.
Exactly. What is that, your middle finger over there?
Yeah, they're just telling you they like you. You're number one. You know?
Exactly. Funny how they scratch their eyes like that, huh?
Okay, times they change. Let's talk about that. Who wants to set this up? They're pretty ambitious here, you guys, and you pulled it off.
The Gulf War.
Dead silence.
Yeah.
No one wants to tackle it.
Should we just play it and let people listen and let them
maybe let
react
people
to what
decide for themselves?
Yeah,
exactly.
This is something that was important.
Now, I
to
did
us.
see a thank you to Tom Brokaw in the NBC Nightly News, so people can listen for that. And who is this George Lewis guy that I saw?
He's the foreign correspondent. And Tom Brokaw's daughter held a gun to his head, and that's how he's on there. And listen to the song for yourself. It's something that was very important to us to do, and check it out.
That's some serious stuff there. Yeah. Uh-oh, hello. Get the finger in the button there. We're coming back in a second with something else special on Rockline with Bob Coburn. Slaughter is our guest tonight. It's an evening with them on the Global Satellite Network. Stick with us. Something special coming up on the other side. Welcome back to Rockline. It's an evening with Slaughter. I'm Bob Coburn. We have a version of Spin My Life for you right now, and this is a little unusual. Somebody set this up for us, please.
This is a live shot. This was the peak of a band's live career for us was we had done about 300 live shows in 365-ish days. And when you go out there and do it every single day, nonstop, and you bring a recorder out there, you get some classic moments. This was about 17,000 people in Irvine, California, chiming in to the point that we had dreamt of when we started this band. Can you imagine if people would actually know our songs and maybe lip along with the words? We kind of figured a club full of people. We never would have dreamt this was possible. So Spend My Life Live, and this goes out to everybody in Southern California that made this possible.
Let's share a moment with Slaughter, shall we? Spend My Life on Rockline.
This is a song called Spend My Life.
That is amazing. My goodness. And just a moment with you and the keyboard there. And
just one-on-one.
And the original version with the full band and everything, and you just kind of stripped it down for that at Irvine Meadows. And it's amazing. And they're singing away.
There's no feeling in the world like that when you see people sing along with your music, because you think about, when it was first conceived, just a melody and all that, and you look out and people are just really, just having a good time singing along and getting into your music.
Yeah, it's the dream you had when you made the music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, boy, I bet that is a rush. Blas wants to skydive again now. We have Jennifer on the line in Washington listening to 98 Rock in Baltimore. You're on.
Hi.
Hi.
Howdy.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, my question it's for all of you.
Okay.
What did you learn on the nonstop tour on the Stick It To You?
That it was cool to play Hammerjacks. No.
Why was it cool to play Hammerjacks, Tim?
How to keep your sanity and try to become a better musician. How to have a wild time. How to do what you've always dreamt of doing and be proud of it and know how lucky you are to do it.
And how to live out of a suitcase, I think is...
That comes in handy, doesn't it? Yeah.
And how to see Blas Elias every day of your life.
Jennifer, thanks. Carrie, we're out of time. We're going to put you on quickly anyway. She's in Santa Barbara. She's listening to 95.5 KLOS. You're on, Carrie. Quickly, please.
Hi, Mark. Blas, Dana, and Tim.
Hi. Howdy.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I love you guys so much.
Thanks.
I can't believe I'm talking
Got to
to you.
get the question out. Got to get the question out, or the show's going to end.
I know. You guys have got the best relationship with your fans of any other band around, and you consider them a family, and you sincerely appreciate them. Why is it that you all are so fantastic to your fans, and there are some other bands that aren't appreciative towards their fans at all?
Well, I don't think we can answer for anybody else, but I think that we have a great deal of respect because we're all fans of other bands ourselves. And we love music, and anybody that's a music lover certainly would know.
I think we're setting a precedent with other bands these days, and we're forcing them to actually get out and meet their fans, which is good, and we like that. You know, if what we do makes other people go out and meet people, then great.
Mainly, crank up your favorite rock and roll record and keep it alive.
There you go. There you go. And I tell you, I work with a different rock band every week and have live for the past 11 years. And nobody's easier to work with than you guys. And certainly nobody's more fun to fly with than you guys.
Oh, that's right.
We had
I
a
forgot
plane
about
flight
that.
from San Francisco one night that was
raging.
Unbelievable.
We laughed.
We had the attendants partying in the aisles, and they were doing rap music on the intercom on the plane.
That was
a
classic.
midnight flight from San Fran, and it was ridiculous.
And don't forget the pictures.
I want to thank you so much for flying with us. We got you home quicker than a Greyhound bus. Thanks everybody for listening and calling. Next week, it's a double bill starring Sash Jordan, and from New Orleans, from the Rockline studio there, it's the Archangels. We'll head into the fall. We got Keith Richards, Bad Company, Patty Smythe, Warner, and R.E.M. Special thanks tonight to Bud Carr, to Shelley Wiseman, also Kathy Kohler at Carr Sharp Entertainment, to Jeff Wagner and Diana Friedman at EMI Records. Also especially to the guys in the band tonight, to Mark and Dana and Tim and Blas. You guys, thanks a bunch. This has been a whole lot of fun.
See ya.
Stay out on the road and be seeing. I'll be seeing you. God, it's that theme again. You've been listening to Rockline, brought to you by Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud. Don't do me with that, Dana. And by AT&T, more ways to help you stay in touch. And by Wayne's World, now available on video cassette, $24.95. Suggested retail, no way? Well, way. Rockline engineered by Jimmy Hyatt, Chris Lindsley, Jimmy Rash, and John Valenzuela. Technical direction by Mike Correa. Talent acquisition, Richard Kimball. Thanks to Kevin Stevens, Greg Jernigan, Jim Jacob, Tim Carney, Ray Hoover, Laura Gerhardt for their special help. Our associate producer is the name you've been waiting for all night, guys, Stephanie Fondler.
I knew it! We knew it!
Rockline is produced by Lindsay Guerrero, executive producer Howard Gilman. I'm Bob Coburn. Rockline, an exclusive presentation of the Global Satellite Network. Bye.